My name is Delaney, and I am from Youngstown, Ohio. And I've been dancing ever since I was 3, going on 4. And I started dancing at Western Reserve. It's a dance studio in Ohio. But the difference between my old dance studio and Akron is that the people at Akron are so caring and so loving that there's like a family there. And when I go there, I know I'm going to be loved and supported. And I remember I was talking. We had lighting rehearsal today, and Rachel had someone record her piece on her phone so she can watch it back. And we were watching it back in the dressing room. And I asked, and at first I was like, I'm very hypocritical of myself because I've been trained to think that I'm a bad dancer. So I'm always like, oh God. Like, I look at myself and I think, wow, I look so different, I look wrong, I look stupid, there's something wrong with me, but I don't know what to fix. It's just like, there's always something wrong. I'm always like somehow worse than everybody else, and I stick out in a bad way. But that's not true at all. And the other girls told me that, and like I remember I asked Rachel, did I stick out in a bad way? And she was like, no. And I told her how like at my old studio, me and like everybody in my dance level were told that told we were bad dancers, and everybody immediately was like, Megan, no, you're not a bad dancer, you're not. And Hannah, who was in the stall in the next room, literally came out of the stall as soon as she heard that. I was like, who told you that? And it just felt so kind knowing that people there, like, you know, are just like, they're some of the kindest people ever, and they really care about you. And with the showcase coming up, it's just, you know, it's really exciting to be able to dance with people that I love and dance with people that are so supportive. And everybody there, they're so smart and they're so creative. Every piece is just like, people have said this before, but every piece is unique. And it's like, you can really get, like, so you can see the diversity in the dance program. Like, everybody's different perspectives and like creative styles and like their pasts and like their influences and stuff. Like, there's like more modern pieces. There's a piece that has like a little hint of ballet. There's like a piece set to French music. There's like you know, there's like gender bending stuff in the dance. And there's also a jazz piece, and it's just so exciting and it's so cool to be a part of. And every time I listen to music, I'm just constantly dancing, like, wow, I choreographed this, oh, I choreographed that. And it's just like, it's mostly just improv in my head, but like once I actually start choreographing, I'm like, I get very perfectionist, like, is this good enough? Is this cool enough? Is this gonna look stupid? Is this gonna look like, I want this to be like perfect? I just kind of like chip away at the dance for rehearsal. I don't aim for, it just like depends on how many rehearsals I have. Like, if I want let's say I want 3 rehearsals to clean, and then there's like 4 rehearsals to teach, so I'll split the dance up into 4 sections. I'll teach a section, a rehearsal, and then we'll have time to clean. And cleaning is very important. That's how you get everybody synced. Everybody is like together, and you know, all the movement is the correct dynamics. And that's how everybody knows where to stand. And it's just like, that's what makes the dance look crisp.
I'm Jessica Zawada. I usually go by Jess now, and I'm a dance major. I'm from Brecksville, Ohio. So I was put into dance classes because, first off, both my mom and my grandma were dancers. My grandma owned a studio, so she was kind of a professional dancer. And my mom had just been doing dance because of my grandma for a while, and it was still something that she loved, but she never pursued professionally. So that's why I started, was because they put me into it, and they're just like, that's too much energy, time for you to do what we did, dance. But I like to make it clear, I'm not still dancing because of them, I'm dancing because I love it. I feel like sometimes people like to think, oh, you're doing it for the legacy thing, because it's like generational, like mom and grandma. No, I like it, and that's why The process for me when it comes to choreographing is I usually like to take parts in the song and I'll find where I have like the most inspiration of a dance move. So like instead of going in chronological order of the song, I'd be like, ooh, this point in the song I need to have this. This point in the song I need to have this. Sometimes I'll like block it out beforehand and be like, I want me or like the soloist or all the dancers to move in this direction. I want them to make this shape. And then I'll kind of like fill in the dance moves as I go. I have these like key points throughout the music, throughout the dance that I need them to do, and then I'll like fill it out. And I really like storytelling. Storytelling dances, it's nice. Like I always like to put exact purpose in my dance moves instead of having what I don't like to call them filler moves because they're always beautiful and I always love them, but to me they feel like filler moves. So I like to have stuff that always feels like it has a purpose to it. There was a showcase that I got to choreograph for last year where I wanted to do like a piece that had 5 people in it, but not enough people auditioned. That's okay. So it was a duet between me and my friend. And so I choreographed the movements, and I also wanted it to really interact with the camera because I wanted to try out a lot of like cinematography to go with the dancing. So that was fun. It was cool seeing like what type of movements, how it would interact with the camera, how I can use like video editing and all of that just to like emphasize the movements and make them prettier. And then there was also one that I was just a part of. I was a performer. I wasn't the choreographer. That was really fun because it was in the style of the dance that I want to do like for my career. Like perform that style, which is like commercial hip-hop style dancing. It was a trio. It was really cool. Yeah. It's called Triple Threat by Zakiya Davis. There is one thing that I think is really fun that I'm preparing for, which is like a dance crew that I'm in. It's a dance cover crew that I'm in. We're preparing for a competition. And in a sense, I'm kind of acting as the dance leader, where I'm like setting up formations, I'm like leading practices, and it's just really fun. I do enjoy performing and choreographing, but I feel like coaching is something that I also really enjoy. So just like having people get on top of things, telling people like, oh, you should have the movement like this, rather than coming up with the movement, I'll be like, feel it like this, or like, oh, you need to have this specific line. I don't know, something about that is just nice. It's something that I naturally like to do. I have my dance Instagram, which is j.zealous.dance. I'm in my dance crew, which is something like _phoenix.dancecrew._. Something like that. It's Phoenix Dance Crew on Instagram, something. And follow the UA Dance Program, I think, on Instagram as well.